Alright, welcome back. If you're watching live on Twitch, gonna be our third show of the stream here. WWF Championship Wrestling for July 21st, 1979. If you're just joining us or were watching earlier on, you're just joining us or watching on YouTube, I am Jayhawk. This is a 1980 WWF Universe that started based off of May of 1979. We're up to July 21st of 1979 right now. We got a couple of debuts on the show. We got 3 debuts coming up on over the course of the show. Gonna see the debut of Tony Atlas. You see on match number 3 there. Gonna see Swede Hanson make his debut here today as well. He's gonna be in match number 4 against the new North American champion, Steve Travis. That's right, Steve Travis. Winning the North American title from Bob Backlund this past Thursday at the Steel Pier in Atlantic City. And our main event going to have a debut. Going to see the Great Hurricane Arab, the Iron Sheik, taking on in his WWF debut, Roddy Piper. That's right, Roddy Piper. Visiting us for a short period of time here, for a couple of months out of the Los Angeles territory. We'll get to see Roddy Piper in action over the course of the next few weeks as well. So should be some tremendous action. Let's go ahead and get it started here. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. One half of the tag team champion, Jerry Valiant, coming off a victory over Ivan Putski at the Steel Pier, taking on Ted DiBiase. And I actually completely forgot I want to get DiBiase up in a rivalry with Johnny Rod and or Jose Estrada, and I forgot to get that up. Hopefully I remember to do that when we get done here. Don't know why I didn't get that up. But 1 fall, 10 minutes, are all one-on-one contest on television.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall, making his way to the ring from Indianapolis, Indiana, weighing in at 260 pounds, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, gentlemen, Jerry Valiant.
Gentlemen, Jerry Valiant, one half of the World Tag Team Champion, 1-0 in individual competition. Again, he got a win over Ivan Putski at the Steel Pier in Atlantic City this past Thursday night, winning that match in just 3:06. Did not take much at all for him to get that victory. But he's taking on a former North American champion and a former world champion in Ted DiBiase, coming off his own big win last week on television. Picked up a win over the Iron Sheik, who we'll see later on. And a man having his problems with Johnny Rodz and Jose Estrada after what happened at the Steel Pier. We'll talk again about that in just a moment.
And his opponent from Omaha, Nebraska, weighing in at 260 pounds,
Ted DiBiase, the former North American champion, the former world champion. Got to show the Steel Pier this past Thursday, July 19th. Ted DiBiase was in a 6-man tag team match, teaming with Jose Estrada and Johnny Rod. DiBiase at one point line tagged Rod when he wasn't looking, had it back turned at the man on the floor, looking at the man on the floor. Gave DiBiase a look that he wasn't real thrilled with. Then when push came to shove at the end of the night, DiBiase did not make the save, allowed Jose Estrada to get pinned. So Johnny Rod not happy with DiBiase based on how all that went down. That could turn into something here as we move along with some additional action here. There's the tag. Jerry Valiant in the ring with Ted DiBiase. I had a lot of DiBiase shoot Jerry Valiant off, ducked underneath, nicely done there. Nice leapfrog there by DiBiase. Nick up the clothesline, getting Jerry Valiant with a forearm to the back, getting a little bit of an early advantage. DiBiase fighting back now. I do not expect to see, like I say, a kind finish wrestling match for very long. DiBiase got a little bit of a mean streak in him lately. There's a chin lock. Of course, action at the Philadelphia Spectrum coming up later this evening, July 21st. These Valiant brothers will be defending their tag team titles, and listen to this matchup here. Tag team titles on the line at the Philadelphia Spectrum tonight. The Valiant brothers against Ivan Putski and the WWF champion Tito Santana. And game stipulation comply. Well, there's a small package there by DiBiase. One. Albano threw a kendo stick into the ring behind the referee's back. Referee Sheik it now. We talked about it at the Steel Pier a couple of weeks ago. Tito Santana and Steve Trevor had a shot their tag team titles. Current WWF rule, you cannot hold two championships at the same time, because Santana and Putski win those belts tonight at the Spectrum. That's going to throw the tag team title situation into complete chaos. There's a clothesline by DiBiase. He comes coming off. Level him there. Oh, big right hand. Flying axe handle by DiBiase, dropping the fifth drop. So very interesting to see how that happened. And that match, and that's going to be 2 out of 3 falls as well. So that's the other thing to factor in. That's going to be a 2 out of 3 fall tag team title match at the Spectrum. So the odds of the count out helping the champion are way down the window. The 2 out of 3 fall stipulation. I don't expect to play that stream today, so I might experiment off stream with a 2 out of 3 fall title match. To see if there could DQ or a count out, how that affects things. Just so I know. But I honestly don't know how it'll work in this game. Needed a midsection by Jerry Valiant. There's the cover, count of 2. And a knee drop to the head there, and you may want to check DiBiase. I think he might have been busted open by that. That's been happening a lot to DiBiase as well. DiBiase's been busted open. We got busted open by the Iron Sheik on television last week. Jerry Valiant slamming him down, now kicking the thigh. Now going up to the middle rope. DiBiase was walking toward him, didn't have enough reaction time, got level with a flying axe handle. Jerry Valiant again. Getting up a power bomb, maybe? Oh, dropped him down face first instead. I love the story, and I don't know if it's true, that the power bomb was invented by accident. The story was that Luther was trying to pile drive Antonino Rocca, didn't get him, and Rocca didn't go up right for him, and that was the improvisation. No idea if that's true or not. And nobody who would know for sure is alive to tell the story, so. But I found that interesting. Both men fighting on the floor here. They got to a 10 count. That guy getting next to Mike Rowe in that chair looked like Scott Hudson. I don't think that's intentional. Okay, guys, watch the count. Count it got 8. Count it. It's gonna be a double count out. DiBiase could not make up his mind what he wanted to do with Jerry Valiant. They end up on the floor. Double count out there, 422. Good match while it lasted, but Jerry Valiant with Captain Lou Albano. If you're new to this, well, I do kind of take note and recall, so I can refer back to things here. So that sometimes take me a minute after the match is over to move forward. Jerry Valiant going to double count out with Ted DiBiase, 4 minutes and 22 seconds. Jerry Valiant now 1-0-1 in individual competition. We make Ted DiBiase 5-4-1 in individual competition. Alright, and this is going to be a rivalry match. This is based off of, for those of you just joining us a couple weeks ago on television, Bob Backlund was the special guest referee for a match between Bruno Sammartino and Nikolai Volkoff. Backlund attacked Bruno over the course of the match. When Volkoff locked a bear hug in, Backlund called for the screwjob commission. Last week on television, he went to call out Bruno Sammartino. He was tired of, during his entire title reign, it was all about Bruno, not about him. Called out Bruno. Bruno was not in the building. And of course, Backlund calling Bruno a coward for not answering a challenge. Now it's going to be Backlund against Frank Williams. One-on-one competition. I don't know if Bruno's in the building or not. To be perfectly honest with you. I don't know. For what, of course, I have not seen Bruno, but that does not mean he's not hiding somewhere.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Minnesota, weighing in at 234 pounds, Bob Backlund.
Bob Backlund, 5-2 overall. If only 2 losses ago were title. Lost the world title May 27th. May 26th to Greg Valentine. And just 2 days ago, lost the North American title to Steve Travis.
And his opponent from Columbus, Ohio, weighing in at 238 pounds, Frank Williams.
Frank Williams from Columbus, Ohio. And 1 in individual competition. So Frank Williams just now joining us here in the World Wrestling Federation. Don't get much bigger test than this. Former world champion, former North American champion. Frank Williams lone loss to the current world champion, Tito Santana. So Tito Santana going against the best of the best at the very beginning here. And this match is underway. Backlund's got a superior wrestling ability. Okay, I hope you can hear me. I cannot hear any of the game audio right now, so. I don't know if you guys can hear the game audio or not. I cannot. I went to All right, everybody. I apologize here for some technical difficulty. I bumped my microphone and lost the game audio altogether. And then after I did that, and then I was trying to mess with the microphone, I ended up losing the audio to that, and then the capture card itself completely froze. It was just better to close the stream and reboot and try again here. Because we are in the middle of a match between Bob Backlund and Frankie Williams. So let's go back to it here. I'm incredibly stubborn. Okay, now we're back. Now we're back and going here. I got to go. I don't know what happened, guy. I wish I could give you that answer. I don't know. So we pause the matchup. As far as the actual action goes, you haven't missed a ton. Maybe 30 seconds to a minute. I apologize. Apologize for missing as much as I did there, but Frankie Williams with control on Bob Backlund here. Yeah, I'm sorry, guy. I have no idea what happened. I wish I could give you that answer. Meanwhile, Frankie Williams having a hell of a matchup here against Bob Backlund. Of course, Backlund, we called out Bruno Sammartino last week. Was angry about Bruno getting all the hype, all the glory, even a year in the Bob Backlund title reign before he lost to Valentine. Now Backlund's in control. I wish I knew what happened there, guy. I'm very sorry. I don't know. Like I literally went to adjust my microphone position and lost the audio. And then whatever happened here. Go. It's gonna look weird on YouTube. I'll say that much. I'm gonna apologize for that kind of a weird cut, and I apologize for it, guys. Yeah, things happen. Cross-baked chicken wing here for Backlund. This should do it. What a massive win. Hard-fought victory tonight. Wait a minute. You know that music. You know who that means. Wait a minute. From behind. Bruno shaking the referee out. Beating the hell out of him. Where did he come from? That's a successful ambush. Bruno getting a bit of revenge. So, the result of the matchup here got cut off a little bit with the technical difficulty. Bob Backlund defeat Frankie Williams by submission with the crossface chicken wing in 5 minutes. And then after the match, Bruno Sammartino comes out, attacks Backlund from behind. Now that story is not over by a long shot. We got 4 more matches to go here, and coming up next, Nikolai Volkoff, accompanied by Clark and Freddie Blackie, taking on the debuting Mr. USA Tony Atlas. We're going to see Atlas off and on for about the next 7 years or so. We got Volkoff off and on for longer than that. Volkoff will be gone longer at a time once he leaves, but 1 fall, 10-minute time limit for this matchup. Let's go to Red Micro.
Contest is scheduled for 1 fall, making his way to the ring from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 320 pounds,
Nikolai Volkoff. Making his way to the ring here. You know what? I may as well go to my Twitch dashboard and start downloading the first part of the stream so I can get the editing done. May well gave him time down a little bit further down the line.
And his opponent from Richmond, Virginia, weighing in at 252 pounds, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas. It might be okay, Tony Atlas. That's the kind of thing that happened, I guess. Mr. USA Tony Atlas with an incredible physical specimen, making his WWF debut here against Nikolai Volkoff. So 2 more debuts coming up on this show as well. So a lot going on. Bell is gone. We are underway. Big forearm. Hearing a forearm to the back there. Atlas now. Atlas taking control, of course, like we mentioned. Atlas' first matchup here. And go distracted, didn't even go over the record. Backlund kicking 2 with that win. Frank Williams going 2. Nikolai Volkoff getting into this match. 7-7, 500 record. Tony Atlas again, this is his debut. Dropped the elbow across the chest there of Nikolai. Rolling neck snap there by Atlas. He runs off the rope. And a big running boot into the face. And now a knee to the side of the head. Hey, Volkoff struggling in the early going here. Big splash by Atlas. Does not go for the cover. Gets off of him. Maybe he'll get him with that. Volkoff already bleeding from the head. And bleeding a gusher from the forehead already. And now there's Volkoff taking advantage of the referee being distracted by that kendo stick. Grabbing Atlas by the throat, throwing him down. Elbow drop. Volkoff now choking the life out of Atlas here on the double. Volkoff now gaining an advantage here. Fighting back like a butterfly suplex. One of Bob Backlund's big move. There's the cover. But no count. No count there. There's the whip brick. Oh, big boot right to the face. Big forearm smash, big right hand. And ending Atlas into the ring. Blacking in the ring. Now Black, you're moving that top turnbuckle pad. Atlas now fighting back on Volkoff. Turned to a very evenly paced matchup here. Look at the blood just pouring off of Volkoff's face there. Again, Atlas crashing that turnbuckle. Now Atlas also coming up here. Big elbow. There's the cover. 1. Only a count of 1. A heck of a match. Atlas, I think, was going to play to the crowd. I think he thought Volkoff was going to stall a little bit there. Volkoff not having any of it. Atlas now fighting back. Eureka elbow. And a clothesline. Like to get a cloak above Atlas' face here. I think he might be bleeding over that right eye as well. Linebuster. Going for the cover. Got a 2 count. That's all, though. Just 2. And look at Atlas. Big flash off that middle rope. Again, not going for the cover. That was a good spot for that pin, but he didn't go for it. The leapfrog over. Big clothesline. the man down. There's the cover. It's not good enough to do it. It is. Tony Atlas gets the win.
Here is your winner, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas pins Nikolai Volkoff with a clothesline in 4:13. Get his win here in his debut. Nikolai Volkoff is now 7-8 in individual competition. 15 matches the most for somebody in individual competition so far. We're halfway through the card. We got another debut coming up here, and again, the new North American champion, Steve Travis. Gonna make his first appearance and won that belt 2 nights ago over Bob Backlund at the Steel Pier in Atlantic City. Taking on the debuting Swede Hanson. We understand that Freddie Blackie is in the back and calling Nikolai Volkoff over his next match. So he is Swede Hanson is Blackie's man. Blackie is Swede Hanson's manager, but Blackie will not be at ringside for this matchup. 1 fall, 10 minutes.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall, making his way to the ring from Charlottesville, Virginia, weighing in at 229 pounds, the World Wrestling Northern Heavyweight Champion, Steve Travis!
Steve Travis, the North American champion. It's gonna be weird getting him with that belt. I'm not gonna lie. Big upset over Bob Backlund. And Backlund can't even focus on trying to regain that belt. He got Bruno Sammartino to worry about. Even if he didn't have Bruno Sammartino to worry about, you got Pat Patterson who wants a shot at that North American championship.
And his opponent from Orangeburg, South Carolina, weighing in at 300 pounds, Swede Hanson.
Big raw bone Swede Hanson. Making his WWF debut here. And tell you know how important it is for Steve Travis to be the North American champion right now. July 30th at Madison Square Garden. Whoever the North American champion is will get a shot at the WWF Championship. I think a thing that is definitely going to happen regardless of what will happen. Bell is gone. We are officially underway. And I can get here and say with 100% certainty that Swede Hanson heads to the top rope regardless of how this match ends up. Big flying splash there by the Swede. Big go for the cover. 1, 2, and a count of 2. Steve Travis will definitely be defending that North American Championship later tonight at the Philadelphia Spectrum. They've got a nerve hold here. Remember, if Swede Hanson wins this non-title matchup, he will earn a future North American title shot at the first available date. But we've already got some people to have title matches lined up. It'll be Ted DiBiase getting a shot at Steve Travis tonight at the Spectrum. The winner of that match is going to defend against FD Jones. Got the deal here on Thursday. Then the winner of that match, I'm told, is going to defend the title next week on Championship Wrestling as well. Against Frankie Williams? Am I reading that right? We got them insane. The North American title is going to be on the line 3 times between now and Madison Square Garden, regardless of how this match ends up. And then whoever got the championship after all those matches is going to get a world title shot at the Garden on July 30th. Like, it's just insane that the entire fabric of the World Wrestling Federation can change over the next 2 weeks. Guide headlock takeover here. This match non-title. The fabric will leave here with the title regardless of how this match ends. The Arco. Again, the tag team title on the line at the Spectrum tonight as well. Tito Santana, the WWF champion, and Ivan Putski against the Valiant brothers. 2 out of 3 falls in that matchup. And remember, cannot hold 2 titles at the same time currently in the WWF. Regardless of how that ends up, big body slam there by Steve Travis onto the big Swede, heading up to the top rope, waiting for Hanson to get to his feet. Flying body press, go for the cover. That should do it. 2, 3. Steve Travis gets the win. Steve Travis gets the win with the flying body press in 322. Steve Travis now 3-3 overall. Lee Hanson Luke in his debut here, going 1. But like I said here, we got a tag team title change at the Spectrum tonight. Now that's what the tag team division at a state of flux. You can only hold 1 championship at a time according to World Wrestling Federation rules. I would assume there would be a tournament for the title in the event of that title change, but I don't know. Don't know the answer to that. Do not know. We got 2 matches to go here. Greg Valentine is, at least for the time being, moving on from Chief J. Strongbow. He's going to take on FD Jones. Now, I have been told that Valentine and Strongbow are going to wrestle at the Spectrum tonight, but it's not officially part of their rivalry. Who knows what happens? FD Jones will be on the card at the Spectrum as well. His opponent not yet named. We'll have to see how that plays out, but definitely some interesting matchup here. I mean, and first time in a while, Grant Wicker is actually going to accompany Greg Valentine to the ring. Wicker pulling the string behind the scenes in that Strongbow feud.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Seattle, Washington, weighing in at 243 pounds, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Greg the Hammer Valentine. Making his way to the ring here. Take on FD Jones. Greg Valentine has a 4-match winning streak going. They're all against Chief J. Strongbow. Kevin 3-1 overall. FD Jones has been record on just about every show. He's missed one, I think, so far. He's 5-6 in individual competition. Now, FD Jones looking for a win here to put him into a 500 record. We talked about it, though. FD Jones gets scheduled to get a shot at the North American champion, whoever that might be, this coming Thursday at Steel Pier in Atlantic City. Get 3 North American championships coming up in the next 7 days. And whoever has the championship after all those title matches end is going to go to Madison Square Garden on July 3rd and get a shot at the WWF champion, currently Tito Santana. That'll go to whoever may be the champion at that point. There's the bell, we're underway. We got a debut coming up next. Our main event, Iron Sheik taking on, in his WWF debut, Roddy Piper. Interesting to see how that matchup winds up going. Roddy Piper will be at the Garden on July 30th. Chain wrestling to start here. Chin lock there by FD Jones. Turns into an armbar. I would expect Valentine for sure to be at the Garden on July 30th. He'll be at the Spectrum tonight against Chief Jay Strombo. FD Jones will be in wrestling at the Spectrum as well. His opponent has not yet been named. Pushing him back in the corner here. Oh, okay. Oh, kick to the midsection there by Valentine to break that up. Valentine pushing FD Jones back into the corner here. And catching FD Jones with the right hand. And Grand Wickard so far. Just Grand Wickard's content to just watch the match so far. He hopped up and removed that turnbuckle pad. Referee right on top of that, though. Good officiating there by our referee. Okay, Valentine winning on point can early going here, but it's been a competitive matchup. FD Jones putting up a pretty good fight. FD Jones is a guy who I would not be at all shocked if FD Jones at least win the North American Championship at some point down the road. Could happen as early as Thursday at the Steel Pier. Kick to the back. Now, got up on the inside, flying axe handle, dropped him down. And a running knee to the side of the head there. Grand Wickard up on the apron, trying to distract FD Jones, and it's actually working. Meanwhile, Valentine on the apron, right hand. Referee could have started counting Valentine there, used discretion, decided not to do so. FD picked Valentine up, potentially for a power bomb. Oh, I thought he could actually throw him over the top rope for a second. Dropped him throat first on the top rope instead. There's the cover. 1. Count of 1. Now you got to, I said earlier, Valentine probably winning on point. Right now it looks like FD might be winning on point. Valentine somehow missed that right hand with FD on the top rope. FD came off with that flying tackle. Getting Valentine head first in that top turnbuckle, picked him up. I thought he was going to go for a snake eye in that corner. Valentine countering that into a DDT. And now, big knee lift there by the Hammer. Gun to the legendary Johnny Valentine, former US Tag Team Champion back in the day. And then, Modified backbreaker there. SD Jones rolling out of the ring. Buy himself a moment. I would have stayed out there. He lands on top of that kendo stick that the Grand Wicker brought in. Referee immediately gets that out of the ring. Why do you think that? I don't know why you didn't call for the DQ there, ref. Why do you think that kendo stick was in the ring? Matt Dragon suplex there by Greg the Hammer Valentine. And a knee drop to the back of the head. Valentine now going to go for the sharpshooter. We've seen him, no, actually going to turn that into a surfboard and a curb stomp. About to say, we've seen Valentine use that sharpshooter to beat CJ Strombo a few times over the last few weeks. Very competitive matchup here. SD Jones trying to prove that he deserves that North American title shot on Thursday. There's a dropkick. Referee apparently distracted by the Grand Wicker. Wicker was minding his own business. Crowd beginning a fight forever chant. Wicker again. Oh, Grand Wicker just got himself ejected. Referee is throwing Grand Wicker out of here. That entire sequence kept the match going. They were fighting on the floor with no count. Jones had the pin, no count. Wicker at least temporarily doing his job. There's the armbar here by Valentine. That's deep right by the rope. He's not going to get him with this, I don't think. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the time limit here. And Valentine up top. Big flying leg drop. And there's the cover here. 1, 2, 3. Was not expecting that to get the win there, but it does.
Here is your winner, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Greg Valentine now with a 5-match winning streak here. Hitting SD Jones with a flying leg drop. 5:37 the time of the fall. Competitive matchup. Very competitive matchup at SD Jones prepared for that shot at the North American title on Thursday at the Steel Pier. We got one more match to go. It's going to be one fall of the 10-minute time limit. It's going to be the debut of Roddy Piper taking on the great Hossein Arab, the Iron Sheik. Should be a tremendous matchup here. Curious as to how that go. Of course, yeah, I downloaded I believe it was an 84 version of Piper. A little hard to find a 1979 version of Piper. Who's doing that? One fall, 10 minutes here, our final match of the evening. Iron Sheik on his way to the ring here, 6-4 overall record. Iron Sheik probably pretty firmly in the top 10 contenders to that world title, currently held by Tito Santana. Love to move up the ladder, get a future shot at that belt. Iron Sheik will be taking on Dominic DeNucci at the Philadelphia Spectrum tonight.
And his opponent from Glasgow, Scotland, weighing in at 230 pounds, Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper making his way to the ring here. Bell is going. We are officially underway. 1 fall, 10 minute here. Piper with the early advantage here in the opening 30 seconds before the matchup. Tell you, big right hand there by Roddy Piper in the early going here. Something to work on getting that taken care of here. Piper now all the way up to the top rope here. What are you thinking? Black to get that top turnbuckle pad off that top turnbuckle. Piper with that big right hand. And that direction's going to be enough to at least temporarily keep the Sheik in the matchup. Toe hold now applied by Hot Rod, Roddy Piper. He continues to work on things here. Piper looking pretty good in the early going here. Big right hand. Look, if you're wondering, and I'm sure some people are, Piper is not going to be here long. Piper's only going to be here until the end of August. He's going to be here a couple months. Piper all the way up to the top rope here. Big flying knee drop. But the fact that Piper is here, we get a couple of matches under. Oh, running bulldog on the floor. Not sure why the referee started the count over, but I need to watch the count here. There's an elbow drop. Okay, Piper's only around to the end of August, so it's not like he's gonna be around a ton here, but Piper getting Sheik back into the ring. And 3:13 is all it took for Piper to get the win here.
Here is your winner, Roddy Piper.
Okay, now remember, every match Piper has while he is here does count. If Piper can go undefeated, win 4, 5, 6 matches in a row, he could always be brought back for a title opportunity because there's an open spot, there's an open title match. So, very important for Piper to gain these victories when they are available. Sheik now 6-5 overall. Piper goes to 1-0. Again, we're not going to keep Piper much. He's going around the next 2 months, but if he can gain some wins, maybe get himself into title contention, who knows what'll end up happening. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go over the result real quick before we call it a day. Sixth match lineup here, we had Jerry Valiant and Ted DiBiase going to a double countout in 422. Some technical difficulty during the Bob Backlund Frank Williams match, but it was Backlund with the win with the crossface chicken wing in 5 minutes even. Officially on that one. Tony Atlas in his debut, defeating Nikolai Volkoff in 413. The North American champion Steve Travis, a non-title matchup, defeating Swede Hanson by pinfall in 322. Swede Hanson making his debut. Greg the Hammer Valentine pitting FD Jones in a tremendous matchup. And then in our main event, Roddy Piper defeating the Iron Sheik in 313. to get the win there. Okay, all told, guy, I've been streaming for the 3-hour-ish mark. 3.5-hour-ish mark. Had to restart everything with the technical difficulty early on here, but that's 3 shows we've done here. We did 2 Epic Championship Wrestling, we did the Steel Pier. The next time I stream with you, we'll be doing the Philadelphia Spectrum. Big double main event on that Spectrum show here. We're going to go over that again. You're going to see it next stream, which will probably be tomorrow. Probably be tomorrow. I don't have the kids tomorrow. Don't have the kids tomorrow. Don't have a recording, podcast recording tomorrow. 2 out of 3 falls. Johnny and Jerry Valiant defending the WWF Tag Team Championship against Bob Backlund and Ivan Putski. No, I'm sorry, Tito Santana and Ivan Putski. Backlund was in the original matchup. Tito Santana and Ivan Putski challenging for the tag team title. 2 out of 3 fall. Of course, Tito Santana, the WWF champion. If Santana and Putski win, that will essentially vacate the tag team championship. Very interesting to see how that match will end up. Bob Backlund will be on the card elsewhere. You're also going to see the North American champion Steve Travis defending that title against Ted DiBiase in the other half of that main event. So 2 tremendous title matches coming up at the Spectrum. July 21st, 1979. Also on that card, Bob Backlund will be in action. Johnny Roddy will be in action. Barry Kakluna against Toke Estrada. Greg the Hammer Valentine against Chief J. Strombo. Iron Sheik against Dominic DeNucci. You'll see Pat Patterson in action. Jimmy Valiant in action. SD Jones in action and more. That's going to be coming up next time out. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me here. If you've been watching on Twitch for the last 3 hours over technically 2 streams, thank you very much, guys. Greatly appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, follow me at RefJayhawk on Twitch. Get the notification when we go live. You get involved in our chat. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok at RefJayhawk, Blue Sky, refjayhawk.beatguide.social, and of course my podcast, The Indie Wrestling Guide. Taking a couple weeks off with the holiday here, but dropped every Thursday otherwise. Wherever you download your favorite podcast. That is it for me, guys. Thank you for joining. We'll catch you next time out with more WWE 2K25, the 1979 and on WWE.